is time for another edition of GLI Sports Guys. Jamie, Stuart, Andrew Rappaport giving you the lowdown on high school, college, pro sports, all stuff that we care about, maybe some other topics, who knows. Rapp, how's it going?
It's going well. It's going well. Still a little sad from Hulk Hogan, right? My childhood hero, my childhood idol. Can't believe he's gone, but it's crazy. It's so sad.
The kids these days, they don't know how big Hulkamania was. They hear about it, but it truly was the Babe Ruth of wrestling.
No doubt. You said your prayers or ate your vitamins. Growing up, that was what you knew. When that music came on, there was nothing else like it.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. I'm not condoning any of that stuff, but like you said, in the ring and what he did, even out of the ring as far as mainstream stuff. I remember when I was a kid, I just thought about this for the first time in 40 years. I bought a Hulk Hogan workout set. They had like little, dumbbells and stuff like that, and pretending you're Hulk Hogan. So he is truly an icon.
I think they sold everything. I had the bandana at one point. Can you imagine me walking around with the bandana? Now I never really ripped my shirt off, but I did do his poses.
I tried to rip my shirt when I was a kid, and I couldn't do it. I was like, how does he do that? He's so strong.
He's so strong. You didn't eat enough vitamins.
You're right. And my mom always told me to do that. So, yeah, we totally are crushed about the Hulkster. But as we transition and we get towards the end of summer, and I don't want to fast forward through summer because I love summer, but football's in the air. Training camp is starting. It's unbelievable. And got some Long Islanders to talk about as well, right, Ryan?
Our boy Jeremy Ruckert, you texted me yesterday, or you texted me earlier in the week, and you said, did you see what happened with Ruckert? And I said, no. I thought you were going to say he made a big catch. I thought you were going to say he had a big play. No.
Nah, he just had a false start, and Aaron Glenn threw him out of practice. Well, just for a play, because Coach Glenn is trying to make discipline, instill discipline, because the Jets are like the most penalized team in the league with Robert Saleh. But to your point, it's a huge year for the Lindenhurst native, because I believe this is Ruckert's final year in his initial contract with the Jets. And everyone was so thrilled from Long Island when Ruckert was drafted by the Jets. I was at his house when it happened. It was amazing. But I got to be honest, he really hasn't done much. I think he had less than 20 catches last year.
They don't care that he was, a high draft pick. They don't care that he had a lot of potential. You don't make the plays, you don't make the right plays, and you're gone. And that's going to be tough for Ruckert, because we just said he hasn't made a big impact yet. He's still trying to make a name for himself. Yeah, and now he's, having, even if it's just one play, a little issue on early in training camp.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't, the new regime didn't draft him.
Right.
So they have no loyalty towards him. I mean, right. They know he's, he can play. He's a good blocker.
Right.
But he hasn't done what they had hoped yet, and clearly because they just drafted the tight end. So it's a huge year for Ruckert. Not saying he can't play well, but this is it. I mean, if he doesn't perform really well this year, I don't think he's back with the Jets. So.
And speaking of new regime, players from Long Island, players who also won the Hanson Award, the guy who Ruckert shared the Hanson Award with, see how we transitioned there?
That was good.
Dylan Laube with the Raiders, now a new regime with former Jets coach Pete Carroll. He's also trying to make an impression and really lock up a roster spot. Listen, he had a tough beginning last year, too, in his rookie season. Ruckert had a little bit of a head start, but last year was Laube's rookie season, and on his very first carry in his NFL career, he fumbled. He was then benched for the next 4 games, and he fought his way back, and he played some special teams down the stretch, and he played a big role. But new regime, got to impress coaches again, and here we go. Now Dylan Laube is, trying to earn a spot on the Raiders team.
Yeah, and you know him well. He's a great guy, and that's nice. It doesn't mean anything, but, right. A great guy. But I do think he has that skill set that, Pete Carroll would like, in the sense that, he's not just a runner. He obviously has to play on special teams, and he can catch the ball. So he's a multi-dimensional back. And he's a guy that's going to put his head down and do everything he can to just make the roster.
As you can see on the screen, we have a guest now. And it's another Westhampton Beach star. Joining us now, Reese King, a girls lacrosse standout who just came back from Baltimore, and she won the MVP of a pretty prestigious tournament. Reese, what's going on?
Hi. Yeah, just came back from Baltimore, and it was a really awesome experience. So much fun, so incredible.
Tell us about it.
So, I mean, the game itself is so much fun, really. It's a little nerve-wracking. You're playing literally the best people in the country. You're playing with and against them, so it's definitely nerve-wracking. There was a huge crowd, but once you get in like the flow and you get the groove of it, it kind of just came naturally, and it was really so much fun. They made the event like they made us seem like so special. Like I felt really special the whole weekend. And it was really just an incredible event.
What I know about the lacrosse community is everybody knows everybody, right? So
Oh yeah.
even if you're playing against other girls from Florida, from the West Coast, everybody knows everybody. So
Hmm.
now that you win the MVP in front of all these people that you know, was there a little extra swagger in your step that night?
Yeah. It was crazy walking around that place after. It was like so many people congratulating me. Even now, like I'm at another lacrosse tournament and all these people like I don't even know are like, oh my gosh, congratulations on the MVP. I'm like, thank you so much. Like, I wonder who all these people are.
You're
But
famous.
Yeah, they know
it,
you.
It's really insane because like this has never happened to me before, so it's definitely a different experience, but it's really insane. I'm really grateful.
Obviously, you got Carolina on your shirt.
Yeah.
You're heading there. It's one thing to make the bridge from high school to college, but you're joining a team that, oh, by the way, defending champs
Yeah.
and undefeated. So, I mean, you're not exactly just like easing into something. You really have to come with your game day one.
Oh yeah, totally. So I think that this game really prepared me well. It's definitely nerve-wracking going into that good of a program, but I feel like this is like a little practice run. And you're playing against really incredible girls, which I'm going to be in practice every single day and, games. So I kind of liked having this experience under my belt,
Yeah.
going into the national championship team. um, yeah, but it's definitely nerve-wracking, but it's really exciting. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Playing in the division on Long Island that you played against, playing against the Bayports and the Sayvilles, and all those good teams each and every week. You're playing against girls who are also going to big time D1 schools and big time lacrosse programs. That has to prepare you too, right? Lacrosse on Long Island has to get you ready, really ready for the level that you're going to be facing.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm so thankful that I grew up here. I definitely wouldn't be the player I am today with not growing up on Long Island, I think. Yeah, every single high school game I would know girls because they're going to incredible schools, schools that I'm going to play against, schools that I might see. Um, but yeah, lacrosse on Long Island is so incredible and it's really special to be from there.
When are you heading to Carolina?
I go August 13th, so I think that's like 2 weeks.
But
All
for
right.
now, you're just going to enjoy Lake George, right? Because
Lake Placid.
Like,
excuse me, Lake Placid, Lake Placid.
I love Lake George too, though.
Lake Placid. She just showed us a shot of the scenery behind her, and
yeah,
Jamie, me and you are still Long Island. I wish I was up in Lake Placid too right now. Here we go.
Just
Look at
rubbing it in. Just rubbing it in.
there you
Wake,
go.
wake up and look at the water. I wake up and look at Nwanta outside. I think Reese wins in this instance.
Congratulations on all your high school success, and we can't wait to see what we do with the Tar Heels.
Thank you so much. So excited.
All right, we're going to go off script a little bit here because we were going to talk a little Yankees and maybe a little Mets and Aaron Judge's injury. But we were talking just a couple seconds ago, and I want to scrap what we were supposed to talk about
All
and talk
right.
about something a little different.
Okay. I'm ready.
Your daughter threw a party last night at your house. And now, for anybody who doesn't know Jamie, um, I've known Jamie for 20 years. And from the day Gracie was born, 16 years ago, 17 years ago, how old is she now?
Almost 17.
Yeah, 17 years ago, Jamie had this vision of how his daughter was going to be raised. So now that I hear that Gracie had a party last night, I need to hear more. And he was going to tell me the story offline. And I said, please, please save it for the show. So here we go. Jamie, tell me about this party, please.
Anybody that's had daughters out there know that that day possibly could come where like a boy may come over, and so I said, so who's coming to this party? And it was all girls, and I'm like, that's great and fine. And then she said, I'm going to have a couple of nice young gentlemen come over. And I'm not, listen, I don't want to be a Neanderthal. Okay, I know somebody might be watching going, what's the big deal? Calm down, Jamie. I was calm. I sat there and listened. I said, okay, who are these people? I did a little research on them, hired some private investigators.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Not going to mention their names. They were very nice. So then she said to me, they didn't come over when the girls came over. They came over a little later. And she said to me, oh, they're here. Do you want to say hi? And literally like a movie, I went like this. I was like, yes, I would love to.
Yes.
And I went over. It was like a moment I've been waiting for 17 years. They came, two guys, very nice gentlemen came in, and they were respectful. The first thing they said is, oh, hi, Mr. Stewart. Thank you very much for having us over. I shook their hand. It was absolutely extra strong on purpose. I did it with both of them, but I smiled, and they were very nice. It was a good time, good first experience. Let me live. This is how I do it.
So you survived something that you've been dreading. No joke, guys. 17 years in the making.
Yes.
This day I told him was going to come, and he said, yeah, when his daughter was 40. Well, it happened a little earlier.
Yeah.
And you survived.
I mean, they didn't go out on, by themselves on a date or something, but they came over. They were very nice. I survived. I was looking at them the whole time, but I didn't want to be one of those overbearing guys, but clearly.
Yeah, right.
I know I sound it, but.
Should you put a GPS tracker on your daughter?
Well, they didn't leave the house yet, but that's another experience, by the way, because she just got her driver's license.
Oh, baby. I
practiced with her for 5 months, and she just got it, and one day your son's going to do the same. It is a crazy experience for anybody watching who's had their sons or daughters drive for the first time. I sat in the passenger seat for the first time, and she's driving, and I was like, oh my God, what are we doing? But not bad.
Thankfully, I got about 8 years until we get to that part. My son is only 9 years old.
Wow.
All right, listen, let's finish up before we go too far off the rails, which I probably did anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, we mentioned Aaron Judge. This injury, personally, I think is going to be too much for the Yankees to overcome. They've had so many holes this year. Doesn't matter what happens, at the trading deadline. I just think that this Aaron Judge injury is going to be too much for them to overcome. Obviously, you're losing a two-time MVP, the home run king, and I'm not going to say they're going to miss the playoffs, but the ultimate goal of winning the World Series, I don't think that's going to happen this year.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be honest. We watched this Yankee team all year. They don't look like a championship team. No. They're not.
And I always held out hope that they could turn it around come playoff time.
So did I. And they'll probably make the playoffs. But listen, they've been one of the worst teams in baseball for the last couple months. And
absolutely.
The pitching, everything about it, everything about this team does not look like a team that scares anyone at this point.
No.
I mean, they were at like a 7.5 game lead 2-something months ago, and now they're 5.5 or so out of first place. They played bad baseball. They're not going to want to admit it, but here's my question to you. They wanted to re-sign Soto. Obviously, they gave a great effort. Didn't happen. Garrett Cole, horrible injury. Boom. So you lost a top 5 pitcher and a top 5 hitter.
And Luis Heel.
And Luis Heel will be coming back. So let me ask you this. If Soto resigned, and if is the biggest word in the dictionary, and if Garrett Cole never got hurt, where would the Yankees be right now?
Well, it's a different team, right? Because then you don't have Cody Bellinger, and you don't have Max Fried probably, and you don't have Paul Goldschmidt. So it's a little different of a team. I was okay with letting Soto go, to be honest with you, because that's an awful lot of money for one guy.
Sure.
Who's good, but he would have been the second best player on the Yankees. He's not Aaron Judge.
I'm just saying, what do we expect when they lose a top 5 pitcher, a top 5 hitter?
100%.
They're close when they sign. Williams has been horrible.
Yep. Well, he was horrible at the beginning. He's been better now.
Yes.
And Devin Williams, right? That's another one we may or may not have had. I don't know where we would be at. I like the moves at the time, but I will say this: there's a lot of people who are calling for Aaron Boone to be fired. I had not been one of those guys. I think this is a totally Brian Cashman thing. We just don't have the depth. We don't have the right players. We don't have, a third baseman, a shortstop. Well, the shortstop I like. The third baseman all season. The second baseman was playing third base.
You're hanging on to that shortstop.
Yeah, I think it was a lot going on. But I think now it might be time for a total blow up. Again, my opinion, not Aaron Boone's fault. Totally on Cashman. So if you were going to fire Boone and keep Cashman, I would have said, heck no, no reason for that. It's not going to accomplish anything. But if you tell me after the season, total blow up, start over, I'm on board. Let's go.
Yeah, I don't mind. Let's eyes on 2026 because this year's a wash.
Yep, I agree.
Great show, Rap.
Good show.
Good show. I wonder what
about you today.
All right.
Well, you became open-minded. I like that, James.
Well, I'm trying to be more like you.
Next
show, we'll talk more about you.
Okay, sounds good.
So get a story ready. All right, bye.
Bye.